Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another products I cannot live without / like products I always need to have backups of in my collection. This is a video that I have done actually multiple times on my channel since I've had my channel, which has been like more than 5 years now. So I know I did one not too long ago. I think it was around 4 months back, but I figured that now I feel like kind of more gotten into just repurchasing my favorite products as compared to trying out new things. Now of course I still do try out new things and I love to do that, and then there are sometimes products that like I will use and love and then take a break for a while and then repurchase after a couple of months. But in this particular video I am talking about products that I literally always need to have in my collection. Like if I have one tube or tub going of it and then I realize, okay, I'm gonna be out of this, I will repurchase a new one of it immediately. Like I just cannot not have it in my collection at any point of time. So if you want to know what the list of products are that I absolutely cannot live without, please keep on watching. And let me just tell you this right in the beginning, the list is pretty damn long, so I don't think we should waste any further time, and I will just quickly talk about all of them and why I love them so much. I'm not really going to go into product benefits and like what they do for me, but I'm going to tell you why I love them and why they're so important to me that I cannot live without them. So let's dive right into it. The first one is actually a face wash, and it's the only face wash on this list, and that is the Deodorant Watermelon Glow face wash. It is a recent favorite, I will tell you that, but I can also tell you that this is one of the products that I see myself constantly repurchasing and not wanting to be without at all. I did mention when I was like doing the haul and then I was reviewing it that I ended up having 2 tubes instead of having 1 tube, and I have pretty consistently worked on both of them at this point, and once I'm done with this particular stash, any chance that I get to buy this particular product at a discount, I will make sure to immediately repurchase. I also wanted to mention the Put Simply face wash as well in this particular list, but I haven't done that yet because I feel like I haven't used the product enough. I've just used it a couple of times and I've absolutely fallen in love with the texture of it, so I can tell you that that is also one that I see myself immediately repurchasing before I even run out. But yeah, for now, the one that I have used consistently that I can tell you for sure is not going to stay away from me for much longer is definitely going to be the Deodorant Watermelon face wash. So yes, there is that. Moving on, next we have some moisturizers to talk about. The first one being the Deconstruct Skincare NMF Moisturizer. Now I love all the Deconstruct moisturizers, but I would say that my favorites have to be the NMF and the Skin Soothe one, and I also like the Niacinamide one, but I feel like I've kind of outgrown that one, the brightening one, because I feel like there are other better options out there when it comes to like nighttime moisturizers per se. So yeah, the NMF moisturizer, to be completely honest, is my favorite because it solves a lot of problems. I feel like for me, if there is a moisturizer that is a little too lightweight and I want to do like two layers of intense moisturization, then I will go with something that's more lightweight first and then seal it off with the NMF. It's also great if you're in retinol and your skin is a little sensitized and you want something that's going to really protect your barrier. The NMF moisturizer is great for that. And if you also just happen to run out of your favorite night creams and you don't have anything on hand and you just want a simple nighttime moisturizer that's going to like substitute for a couple of nights before you get your favorite night cream back into your collection, and you want something for that particular time period, again, this is a great option for that as well. So I feel like I can kill multiple birds with one stone. I mean, of course I wouldn't kill birds, but you know what I mean. This is a great option for all of the above reasons that I just stated. So that's why this is one that I feel like I always need to have on hand, and I'm currently having my 3rd tube, I believe, in my collection. So that's telling you that I've actually gone through multiples of these as well. So there is that. Then since we're talking about Deconstruct, I thought let me just quickly mention their sunscreen as well, and that is the Gel Sunscreen SPF 55. This is one that was literally love at first sight. Pretty literally, like the first time I tried it out, I was doing my video, my 5 days 5 sunscreens video, and in that particular video, when I was filming it, I just applied it for the first time on my face, and by the end of the application I was like, this might probably be my new favorite. So I feel like a lot of times I first try out something and I don't eventually end up falling in love with it as much. This was one of the cases where it was literally like the first time I used it I fell in love and then I never went back. It's one of those instances. So this particular product I feel like is unique to my collection because it's one of the only sunscreens that I have right now that works really great under makeup, and a lot of sunscreens do that I currently have as my favorites, but this one in specific I feel like I've mentioned this in the past as well. If I am doing my skincare and then I have to put makeup right on top of that, like right after, sometimes there are certain sunscreens that I feel like I have to wait, otherwise my base might end up sticking to the sunscreen, caking up a little bit, and it doesn't look as good eventually. But with this one I'm never gonna have that problem because it's got that more like mattifying texture per se. So that's why this is one of my favorites. I haven't even gone through my first tube entirely, but I know that because I'm on my last leg I already repurchased and bought 2 more tubes of the same sunscreen because I was like, I noticed that as I was dwindling through my first bottle, I wanted to like savor every drop of it and not use any more, and I was not using my favorite sunscreen just because I wanted to save it. I mean, how dumb is that? So I was like, I'm just gonna buy backups of these before I run out, so that whatever I have left I'm just going to use comfortably and not worry about not having this in my stash. So if it makes any sense, yeah, I'm one of those people. And since we're on the topic of sunscreen, let me talk about one more sunscreen that I feel like if you've been following me for any length of time, I wouldn't say any length of time, maybe like the past year, if you've been following me, you would know that this is one of my favorite sunscreens, and that is the Dermaco Hyaluronic Acid Gel Sunscreen. Again, it's not the newer invisible one that they have, it's the OG, the cream texture one. It's one that I have currently as well on my face under makeup today, and this is just one of my favorite like go-to sunscreens. I feel like if I'm traveling, I will travel with this. If I am using something on a day-to-day basis, I don't want to think about which sunscreen. Like a lot of times if I am filming clips for a particular video or something like that, I will use sunscreens dependent on that, or maybe if I have a certain theme that is in mind for a particular video, I will accordingly choose the sunscreen. Then there are times when if I'm filming and again I don't have a lot of time in between, like I just said for this Deconstruct skincare one, those are the times I will use the Deconstruct skincare sunscreen. But if I just don't have anything planned for the day, I just don't want to think about, okay, I'm going to use this product, this product, this product. I just want to do my skincare and have a good time and enjoy. The Dermaco sunscreen is the one that is going to be my go-to for sure. I have gone through, I don't even know how many tubes of this. I recently bought a lot of tubes of this for myself, and then I also bought a couple for my friends as well, because they were asking me for recommendations, and I was like, this is one that is foolproof. I know it's gonna work for everyone, no matter what their skin type is. And me and my close friends were all different skin types. Like one is super dry, I am kind of normal combination, then there is another one who is very oily. So we all have different skin types, but this is one that they have also used, like my bottle, and they also really love the sunscreen. So you know, this is the one that I recommended to them as well. So yeah, I had to mention the Dermaco Hyaluronic Acid Sunscreen. Moving on, next let's talk about retinol. Now with retinol, this is again something that I discovered recently, and I've spoken about like how expensive it can be, how I tried adapalene, and I'm still using adapalene actually currently, and I do really like it. It's something that I see myself also repurchasing constantly. But if I had to tell you what my all-time favorite retinol is, it has to be hands down the Earth Rhythm Rapid Renew Concentrate. This is one that even though I have to spend a little bit of extra money when I'm buying this, I still feel like the benefits of it kind of like, you know, makes it worth the price for me, even though if it's a little bit more expensive, because I see my skin texture improve considerably, and I also see the hyperpigmentation that I have improve. Like I feel like I really improved my skin in terms of the hyperpigmentation when I was using it, and then when I stopped and I moved on to other retinols, I did not see the same benefits, and now I feel like a lot of the hyperpigmentation has come back, or maybe it's just newer marks that I have, because I do have acne prone skin. I'm constantly, not constantly, but I'm breaking out pretty on and off, so I do have a lot of newer hyperpigmentation that I want to treat with as quickly as possible. So that's the reason why I actually repurchased 2 of the Rapid Renew Concentrate bottles when Algorithm was having like their massive sale not that long ago, and you will see a haul video, like a collective haul, come up sometime soon once I get all my packages, because I have also been shopping from other places as well. So yes, I will do a collective haul and you will see this there, but that kind of inspired me to make sure that I include this particular product in this video as well. Moving on, next, I just want to quickly talk about some body care products that I have mentioned consistently, even in my previous, like some of the earlier products that I spoke about in this particular list are old, like they are newer products, but the last time I did the video, again, like I mentioned 4 months back, there were certain products that are kind of repeats, like these I'm just carry forwarding of sorts. So we have 2 product categories from Plum, the body washes and the body moisturizers. Again, the body washes, I feel like I have just expanded my collection. Like earlier I was full on like Team Hawaiian Rumba, and I still am Team Hawaiian Rumba. I just have newer favorites as well now. For example, the cherry one I mentioned in a favorites video. I also love the banana one, but again, similar to the Deconstruct Gel Sunscreen, like I mentioned, the banana one is one that I'm savoring for some reason, so I don't use it very often. There is also the caramel one that I have in my collection that I still have to use, but that one I'm kind of saving for the winters, and I'm going to use it once the winters approach, like completely. So yeah, I love the Plum body washes, there is no doubt about that, and that is one that again always need to have on hand. And then we also have the Plum body moisturizer. So we have the body yogurts and we have the body lotions. Now I didn't want to mention one or the other, I just thought I can mention it as a broader category, because I feel like it kind of depends on my mood. Sometimes I want to use the body lotions and I'm going through a body lotion phase, and then sometimes I want to use the body yogurts, so I'm going through a body yogurt phase. But in general, the Plum body moisturizers is something that I always need to and want to have on hand, so I had to mention that. And apart from Plum, if there is one other brand and one other product category that again in the bath and body segment I always need to have, and those are the St. Ives body washes. Now, as much as I love Plum, I also don't want to feel like Plum has a monopoly in my collection when it comes to products, because I understand it can be boring when I just talk about one specific thing over and over and over again. So I like to have a little bit of variety, which is why I also want to have St. Ives. And I feel like with both I have a diverse collection also in terms of like scents and different variants, because if you're just using one consistently, it can also get boring. Like I feel like, I hate saying this, but because I was using the Hawaiian Rumba scent so consistently in terms of body moisturizers, fragrance, shower gel, all of that, I kind of got bored for it. So now I like to have more options so I can rotate among them and I don't get bored of one specifically. So yeah, any which ways, wanted to also quickly shout out the St. Ives body washes, and that is pretty much it actually for bath and body. Also want to mention one other category which is not specifically bath and body category. I think it's more like personal care, hygiene, and that is stick deodorants. Now there are a couple of different brands. There is the Teen Spirit one, there is Secret. Those are like a couple of different ones that I have consistently repurchased, and that's the only stick deodorant I use actually. Not just stick deodorant, that's the only deodorant I use anymore. I've just realized I'm not into the natural clean deodorant space anymore. At least I feel like in India we don't really have as many great options. Juicy Chemistry did not work for me. There are other brands as well, but I just don't think that they are meant for me. I just like my simple, affordable deodorants that work for me, and this is again something that of course I consistently repurchase. So I just thought we could quickly just drop that in and give it a quick little shout out. Moving on next to makeup remover. When I was talking about cleansers, I thought I'd mention it that time, but makeup remover is one other specific product that I have that I would just constantly repurchase, and that is the Kiko Milano Pure Gel Micellar Wash. Of course, I do still love the Plum cleansing balm, but I feel like that's something I go through more quickly when I'm using, whereas the Kiko Milano lasts a little bit longer because I feel like a little bit product goes a long way, and it might not look like it's going to remove a ton of product, but for me and how much makeup I wear, it removes everything. So that works great, and that is again something that I always need to have on hand. Always need to have backups of this one because that's pretty much the only makeup remover I use anymore. So if I don't have backups, I'm just not going to be able to wear any makeup because then I can't remove it. So yeah, there is that. And just to conclude this video, I want to talk about 2 more products. Also did not know I would end up having these in this list, and I did not anticipate that I would love these products as much as I do, but I recently actually repurchased those, and it made me realize that, you know what, I actually really love these 2. And those are the Formularx moisturizers. I want to mention the Barrier Relief and the Peptide Ceramide. They also have the Hydra Whale that I just bought my first tube of recently, and I haven't used it yet, so of course I cannot tell you my thoughts and reviews on that one. But the other 2 I actually did end up buying when Formularx had a 25% off sale, so I basically bought all 3. And the Barrier Release I recently actually just ran out of, but I loved it so much and I did want to repurchase it, but I was like, let's see, let's wait. Not too sure if I should immediately like go ahead and buy it, especially if it's full price. So when the same sale came around, I was like, now is the time, let's go ahead and buy it. And the Peptide Ceramide also I absolutely loved. That one I actually ran out of a while back, so I feel like mentioning that is a little bit of cheating, so that's why these 2 are like honorable mentions in this video. But trust me, if I could always constantly repurchase these moisturizers and have them on hand, I definitely would. So yeah, that is it for my list of products that I absolutely cannot live without. I will probably do an updated version of this sometime in 2023. So yeah, for now this is my list. These are all the products I wanted to mention, and I really hope that you enjoyed watching this video. If you did, please make sure to subscribe and hit on the like button. Let your friends know if you feel like any of my videos would be helpful for them. Please make sure that you share it with them. But yeah, that's gonna be it. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. Until next time, bye bye.